And when you walk in the house, what kind of memories come in?
You come back to this home, there's a lot of memories. There's a lot.
For the first time, CBS 4 goes inside the home where Chris Watts killed his wife, Shanann. He also later admitted to killing their 2 daughters. Today, Shanann's father, Frank Rzucek, clings to their memories.
We will never forget. Never forget. Not the bad ones, the good ones. But I'm going to see them graduate, get married. So, that was my thing. Now, we have to look back on memories every day of the good times, and we all had good times.
In the midst of his grief, Frank Rzucek is forced to combat online conspiracy theories that suggest he and his wife were involved in the murders.
It's a nightmare every day. It doesn't go away.
The wild allegations and what he's doing about them. Tonight on CBS 4 News at 10.
Hey guys, how's it going? Good, I guess Wednesday evening, Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. I'm going to take a minute here. I'm just going to say hi to everybody really quickly. Kind of dealing with some technical difficulties. My HDMI cable decided to break, so I don't have my big, huge TV screen like I usually do. Having to look at my little tiny laptop screen, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me. Gonna say hi to Adara, Broken Justice, Cynthia Love Alive, my Grandmaster Sid Sophos, hi Green Eyes, and of course my favorite stalker ever, Lizzie, Hip Chick, Kelly Dawn, and of course my ever lovely Kimberly, and my favorite Puff Puff Pass, Miss Amore, Sarah Clark, Sunray, and my lovely Truth Justice. Hey, Tamara and Jay Supra, who is now more new and improved as just Supra. How's it going, guys? So, Emerald Kimmy, yes, I saw you were here too. So, tonight, I guess I should say hello to my lovely Cheryl. My lovely Sherlock. Cheryl, you weren't actually, I don't know, maybe I skipped over you. I didn't see you in participants. Try to go to participants so I don't miss anyone and I fucking miss my voice twin. How embarrassing. I'm going to pay for that dearly later. Dearly. So, I don't know if you, I know you guys saw, I played the clip there just now from CBS Denver 4 earlier. We have 4 years later, Frank goes back to Saratoga Trail. And once again, going to be talking about, obviously, the memories of Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico. And I guess hopefully he's going to be, from what the preview showed anyway, he's going to be touching again. Unfortunately, he has to go again to the house to make a plea about all these online conspiracy theories. And one thing, it's as not funny as this is, the one thing I did have to laugh with AD earlier, I don't know if you guys caught this, but I think he was pretty, would never admit to it, but I think he was rather annoyed that he didn't make the preview. This is what AD had to say about this.
Well, anyway, tonight we hear that Frank takes CBS. It's CBS Denver, right? It's not the big station. People get confused. Denver 7, right? CBS Denver, little station. Frank goes to Colorado. He goes in the house. He complains about people talking about the case. It's the same every time it gets on telly. He complains about people talking about the case. From what I've seen on the clips, he's named, or they've shown certain creators, not me, because I've sent them a cease and desist letter. So I hope they don't mention me, because there'll be big trouble if they do.
Say what?
He's named, or they've shown certain creators, not me, because I've sent them a cease and desist letter. It's not me, because I've sent them a cease and desist letter. It's not me, because I've sent them a cease and desist letter.
So obviously we don't know whether AD is going to get his infamous name mentioned or not, but I think that's hilarious that he's already said if they name him, they won't name him because he sent them a cease and desist letter. Speaking of cease and desist letters, you pervy fraud, I'm still waiting for my reply to your Duncan Hines Baker lawyers that I sent to my cease and desist last October 18th, 2021. Still waiting for my reply to that cease and desist, Alan. So, yeah, that's freaking hilarious. They're not going to name you. And if they do, they're going to be in big trouble. Is that like along the same lines as mainstream media never ever mentions the Shadow because you're going to claim copyright on them? How utterly ridiculous. Hi, Larnie. And I guess Suzanne has shown up as well. Betsy B. My voice twin, it's so good to see you. SM. So what I'm going to do here. Oh, yeah, this was another one of my favorite. When I say favorite, I use that term rather loosely. I noticed today, actually, AD's lovely stream, his two favorite words were trolls and facts. Facts and trolls. Facts and trolls. No, I think Lady Witch, you say here, I doubt he sent a C&D to the news station. I think he was talking about the one that he sent to Frank. Yeah, well, exactly, Emerald Kimmy. As I said, I replied all to the cease and desist I got back on October 15th. I replied to all three of the lawyers that were, I don't have it up right now, all three of the lawyers. AD was in there, and I think Bubbles might have been in there. So it was a reply all to four people. Yeah, still waiting. Crickets chirping, waiting for my reply, Alan. Still waiting. So this was, here's another little moment today in between his truth and facts that he was pretty much had on repeat. What do you think? Trolls, trolls, trolls. That's a fact. That's a fact. This was another one of my favorite moments, and I use favorite moments, the term loosely.
Now, I have nothing to say or any axe to grind with Shanann's family. Yet they keep trying to make it about me. It's not about me. Listen, my only thing is I don't think Chris acted alone. I think NK was involved somewhere. I wish the family would leave me alone. That's it. I wish the family would leave me alone. That's it.
He wishes the family would leave him alone. Really, Alan? You're not a victim. You are the perpetrator and probably most complicit person that has done nothing but attack and harass and slander and defame this family over 4 years. You have the balls to sit there in your stupid squeaky gaming chair saying, the family needs to leave me alone. The family needs to leave me alone. I'm a picked on grandfather in the UK. Fucking hell. God damn. Yeah, the no filter. And I think something else he had said earlier, he was trying to suggest that he's never accused Shanann of the things that other creators have done. Not going to get into some of those nasty things, but I do remember Bubbles suggesting that Shanann was promiscuous, Alan. How soon they forget, or how convenient they forget. Yeah, it's exactly, Cheryl. It's way past leaving him alone now. Let me see here. We've got some comments. Sorry, I'm trying to, I'm really fumbling here because I'm not used to having my flat screen and everything is just so small. Yeah, forgets about the no filter. Exactly. Well, hi, baby girl. Welcome. So 5 minutes here. All right. So I'm going to, if you guys give me a few seconds here, I'm just going to play one of my last videos here for now, just while I figure out what's going on with CBS 4 Denver. So I may be stopping it right in the middle. If not, then I guess I'll play it till the end. So talk amongst yourselves.
I could have been James Bond in my younger days. I used to look like him. Look, I used to look better than James Bond. I could have been James.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Well, let's hear what Dr. Phil had to say and the old armchair detective. He's a good bloke, this armchair detective.
Not going to push play on its own.
Chris said he didn't want it to go to court, and that's why he's talking to Tammy and Bromover, right? Can you hear that? I'm not sure you can hear that. Uh-oh, am I making a mistake again? You're not hearing it? Uh-oh. Shanann's mother believes that they were there to get Chris Watts to roll on his mistress. That's what Sandy said to Dr. Phil. AD, why is it blue? Not my words, not my conspiracy, not me. Oh, don't talk about the case. Why are you doing this? No.
We're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for money or anything.
People talk loud when they want to act smart, right?
Correct!
So if we play loud, people might think we're good. Everybody ready? And the 1, and the 2, and the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, new theory. Maybe we should play so quietly no one can hear us.
It's likely some cover-ups are successful, right? But many fail. But then the cover-up adds so many additional crimes. Perjury, bribes, tampering with evidence, sometimes suspicious suicides or outright murder. Then the cover-up becomes more serious than the original crime. And that's where we get the phrase, it's not the crime, it's the cover-up. And we're in that cover-up dangerous phase now. I'm glad I don't live in America. They will do anything to stop me telling you this. Literally.
You just made that up!
You don't think that makes me seem a little
Desperate, needy, pathetic?
I ask you to join my Patreon, back my fund, and support me. As without me, this will shrivel and die.
Well, no wonder. It's all old and dried out, like that man right there.
Hey guys, sorry to cut it off, but it looks like I'm just not sure when CBS 4 is going to play it. So if you want to give me a minute, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to tune into that momentarily while I try and get my shit together.
News 14. The news starts now.
And we begin tonight with a critical report on inflation. At a time when so many of us are struggling to make ends meet, some experts predict the report due tomorrow could actually show the worst is behind us. Wall Street already reacting during after-hours trading. Dow futures are up 71 points after a losing day. The Nasdaq is up 97. The S&P is up 14. Well, inflation is hitting all of us, we know. A CBS News poll shows 90% of Americans say inflation has caused hardship or inconvenience. Food is one of the biggest issues, with grocery prices rising 10%. 13% of Americans are now receiving SNAP benefits or food stamps. With the inflation report coming tomorrow, we wanted to take a closer look at the food struggles in our community and solutions to help people make ends meet. Tori Mason looking into access to groceries in areas that are lacking very many options. We want to start though with our Karen Morfin and a plan to make meals free for all students. Karen?
Well, Karen, it's called the Healthy School Meals for All initiative, and it would be on the ballot come November. It would mean every student, regardless of income, would have access to free meals at school. And while they would first rely on federal funding, it wouldn't cover everything, which is where voters would have the final say. Navigating work and school during a pandemic hasn't been easy. Gabby Medina says changes that allowed for all students to continue to get meals from school and one less worry.
So it gave so much peace knowing that their kids were getting fed at school and they didn't have to worry about it.
Hunger Free Colorado has been pushing for a Healthy Meals for All program for years and now has the support of state lawmakers. Ashley Whelan, the group's director of public policy, says COVID really highlighted the need.
Most of the districts we've talked to have seen an increase in students participating. They've seen anywhere from 20 to 40% more students eating. And it just showed that there was a gap.
The plan to pay for the program would mean approving a cap on certain tax deductions. Those making more than $300,000, it would be $12,000. And for couples earning $600,000 or more, $16,000.
We worked with the legislature to make sure it was bringing in really close to the amount that's needed to cover the program, and that's $100 million a year.
With the federal pandemic lunch program coming to an end this summer, Colorado voters will now decide if Meals for All will continue. Medina says she's grateful for the help she's received.
It was a huge relief for everybody.
Now, an earlier bill that relied mostly on state and federal funding was shot down by lawmakers largely due to the high cost. And some Republicans, even on this bill, said no to moving it forward to the ballot. We should also mention the bill also creates grants encouraging school districts to use local and fresh produce for their meals. In Denver tonight, Karen Morfin covering Colorado First.
Food is an important issue on two fronts for some people. Not only is money tight, but just having access to quality food is a real challenge as well. Sadly, Denver has two well-known food deserts, neighborhoods with no grocery stores. They are Elyria, Swansea, and Cole. Those two communities in North Denver are separated by I-70. CBS 4's Tori Mason looking into the issue. Tori, thankfully some help is on the way.
Yeah, Jim, and food accessibility has been a problem outside of inflation.
So I'm going to put it back on there in a second. Because I'm actually sharing my whole screen, so I can't actually pause it, but this is kind of the same thing. I can't see chat or anything at all, so I'm kind of going blind here. I don't even know if this is on for a half hour, for an hour, but I'm going to go back there in a second. As I said, I really have no idea when they're going to play it. So bear with me here.
If someone who makes just enough money that they can't get food stamps, they can
All right, we're going in again.
Shabazz says this market is overdue for an area for God and a community that needs it most.
All our money has to go to other neighborhoods when it comes to food. Most of it doesn't stay here, and that's what this is about.
Now, there is going to be another farmers market for Noir outside of that location at Tepiat Community Center. As for this future grocery store here in Cole, the developer tells me that he has some positive news here to share by the end of this year. We're live in Denver. Tori Mason covering Colorado First.
And breaking news at 10 o'clock tonight is the state school board votes to dissolve the Adams 14 school district, and the district's accreditation will be removed. That decision comes months after Adams 14 fired its private management company, saying MGT Consulting didn't deliver on promises and wasted tax dollars. MGT disagreeing, saying it improved graduation rates. Well, the state required Adams 14 to work with the company 4 years ago after years of poor student performance. Now, Adams 14 will dissolve into a neighboring school district. It says it plans to appeal. The state education department says the process will take longer than a year, and Adams 14 will stay open during that time. And there will be several chances for community input.
Nearly 4 years ago, Chris Watts murdered his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters. That tragedy drawing international attention to Frederick, Colorado, this terrible crime. Since then, conspiracy theorists have taken to the internet, creating fake and concerning alternative motives to what happened. Some even suggesting that Chris's in-laws paid to have their family murdered for money. In an interview you'll see only on CBS 4, Shanann Watts' parents take Dylan Thomas inside the home where the family once lived, a place that has left them haunted.
Today brings more details about the Watts family murder, a case that ripped at the heart of our community.
Watts admitted to murdering his family and left the bodies behind.
He will avoid the death penalty.
But in the nearly 4 years since the tragic murder, those who lived the nightmare that captivated the world say their heartache has only gotten worse. All because of YouTube and the conspiracy theorists who profit off of clips.
Still very sad and upset. It's terrible we have to go through with the both of me right now.
In the house his daughter and grandchildren once felt most safe.
A lot of memories. But when I do walk through that front door, I look up at the balcony. And that's where little girls would be every day when I came home from work. So this day I look at that balcony. It's very hard.
Since their daughter, Shanann, and her children were murdered, the Rzuceks have not only had to cope with the loss, but also with repetitive attacks from conspiracy theorists who think Chris Watts' confession was all part of a giant cover-up.
It's a nightmare every day. It doesn't go away. Can't live.
Since 2018, the Rzuceks have been the victims of conspiracy theories, all by YouTubers around the world infatuated with the case.
He did right, though well insured.
Some have suggested Frank paid for his family to be killed in order to claim insurance money, or that his wife participated in the crimes.
Well, now it's paid for. But Chris did not.
Others have even threatened their lives.
Here these people continue to put us in the limelight and accuse us of doing this and being part of it. It's ridiculous. They're doing it for views, they're doing it for money, and YouTube is also gaining off of their views.
The Rzuceks have tried calling YouTube, writing them, and more,
reporting these things and telling them that's going to cost them someone to go commit suicide for this to stop.
If they were doing something criminal, then YouTube would have to step in. But until then, they can kind of just pretend like it didn't happen, put their fingers in their ears, and turn the blind eye. Colorado State University's David Wolfgang, an expert in communications law, says YouTube often allows slanderous material to live on their platform, largely because federal law doesn't require them to remove it. Therefore, YouTube gets protection under Section 230. Section 230, a federal law that largely gives immunity to websites for third-party content, was enacted nearly a decade before YouTube even existed, before lawmakers realized the coming power behind big tech. YouTube has always kind of profiteered off the ability to take the most sensationalistic types of videos, feed them to their algorithm, which promotes those videos, and then feed people into more videos that will only double down on those videos. You have to go after the specific individual who wronged you online, which is exactly what the Rzuceks are now doing.
Literally in our lives every day.
The family has started to file legal action against some conspiracy theorists on YouTube, but it's very costly.
And it should be a law that they should not allow these people to spread hate and harass
are now joining other victims of violent crimes, calling on lawmakers to revise or replace Section 230, placing more accountability on social media companies.
Somebody's got to start doing something. It's very hard. And these people are out there just don't care how we feel. It's a shame that they don't have any empathy, they don't have no heart, they don't have nothing. Go out there and just destroy our family. It's not the thing to do.
In the town of Frederick, Dylan Thomas, covering Colorado First.
We reached out to YouTube late last month and multiple times since, seeking an interview or statement on their policies and the concerns raised by the Rzuceks. The company said they would need more time to review content on their website before making any comment. We will update our website if and when we hear back.
New video tonight showing the moment a truck loses its brakes on I-70 after missing two
YouTube needs more time to review their content because the last 4 years of reporting hasn't given them enough time to review their content. What a bullshit fucking excuse that was. Well, I really hope you guys were able to hear that. I cannot, I've got a fucking lump in my throat. Who cannot look at that father with tears in his eyes and continue down the path that Armchair Detective and fucking Dodgy Dave and all of those assholes have done for 4 years and not feel some little bit of something? I don't understand. I never will understand. I don't know. I guess it's because we're not of the same mindset, but I just, it absolutely blows me away. Blows me away. I mean, the pain is so raw still. I mean, not that I wouldn't expect it to be 4 years later, almost 4 years later, and Frank is back at the same house. And I mean, and the whole conspiracy theories and Alan and all those fuckers, it's at an all-time worst. But I mean, it's, sorry guys. At least I know, I'm trying to fucking talk here. We've started to see, obviously, these guys, Dodgy Dave, Pervy Fraud, few others, don't even want to name them because they don't deserve it. I'm glad to see they've been demonetized. They deserve it again. I mean, this is the second or third time that they've been demonetized. And I hate to say the only reason that this has happened is because I believe YouTube is just trying to clean up house before the online law changes really come into effect. But regardless, at least that's a step. And just so you know, there, Pervy Fraud and that fucking Justin Lee Reacts, taking your shit into the safe haven of Patreon, that's not going to save you either, because those online laws are going to follow right through Patreon, especially for those that are using YouTube. So I don't know how you think you're going to be safe there, but really, really, really cute that you guys think that you're going to be safe there and going to be able to continue on the way you have been for 4 years. Because, hate to tell you, not going to fucking happen. Oh, man. Well, Jesus. See what you guys have to fucking say here. Oop. A sec. Well, exactly my point. Exactly my point. Yeah. Actually, I want to show that again. So for those that weren't here when I first started, this was I knew I was hoping he was going to be eating his words, but this was AD being all fucking cocky earlier.
Well, anyway, tonight we hear that Frank takes CBS. It's CBS Denver, right? It's not the big station. People get confused. Denver 7, right? CBS Denver, little station. Frank goes to Colorado. He goes in the house. He complains about people talking about the case. It's the same every time it gets on telly. He complains about people talking about the case. From what I've seen on the clips, He's named, or they've shown certain creators, not me because I've sent them a cease and desist letter. So I hope they don't mention me because there'll be big trouble if they do.
Say what?
He's named, or they've shown certain creators, not me because I've sent them a cease and desist letter. It's not me because I've sent them a cease and desist letter. It's not me because I've sent them a cease and desist letter.
Well, looks like that cease and desist did sweet F all, 80. What the hell? Fucking embarrassing for you. The only one that's in any kind of trouble is you, Alan, because the next you've been demonetized. I guess what's the next step here? Take him right down, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, well, you know, that's something else. After 4 years of sicking his subs down to take pictures of Betty's house, and it wasn't bad enough that Nate and Betty had to move. Now, all of a sudden, after 4 years, the last 2 days, he's trying to pretend he's some friggin' saint by telling people not to go to Saratoga Trail. How about when you were enjoying it when that Mexi and friggin' Save Robbie there were there the few times? You were lapping that right up, weren't you, AD? Yeah, trying to make yourself look like some sort of freaking saint. Too late for that. Way too late for that. Yeah, all this time you wanted to make MSN mainstream media, Alan? Well, not because you're famous, but because you're infamous with the big I and a big N in the front of famous. And that's all you're ever going to be. Yeah, that was, thank you, Larnie. That was, I kept meaning, I meant to mention that earlier too. Do you like how we downplayed and tried to minimize the CBS? Like it's an affiliate of CBS. Oh, it's just a little station. It's just a little station. And, you know, again, Alan, and we've all known this for how long, the family has never said to stop talking about the case. They said to stop making up conspiracies like you've done through and through for 4 years. So the selective hearing, you can't keep trying to pass that off because the gig is up, or the jig is up, the gig is up, the jig is up. Your time is coming. Yep. Didn't even get that much friggin' didn't get that much time. It was a quick little flash of them. And it's, you weren't on there because you were trying to help, AD, you pervy fraud. You were there because you're the granddaddy of conspiracy theorists. Yep, exactly, Michael Shaw. I doubt that's not the kind of fame that he wanted. It was funny to listen to him backed into a corner tonight because he didn't know what to say. He'd come out with the whole, the house was sold last night, but then today it wasn't. It's only showing public records and this and that. Fact, trolls. Put that in your pipe and smoke the trolls. Fact, trolls. Yeah, he didn't know what to say because he didn't know what was going to happen tonight. So tomorrow should be interesting to see. Now that his big, fat, pervy fraud conspiracy theorist face has been plastered all over the small CBS Denver. Let's hope that that story is gains traction. Yeah, exactly. That's the only kind that he deserves, for sure. For sure. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is give me just a couple of seconds here, and I will be back to talk more sales. Oh, Michael Shaw, I noticed he had his I'm Not Lying suit on tonight too, to try to come off as even more credible. Well, that just kicked on on its own. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually, it's pretty late here, so I'm going to actually wind this up. I don't want to make it too long. I was trying to push, obviously, the point of Frank's, the update of Frank going back to the house and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end this stream on this lovely little note with this video. So I want to thank you guys for all coming and joining to watch the CBS Denver 4 story and the update. And you guys don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thanks for joining me. Beep, beep.
I'm evil. I'm evil. I am an evil soul. I'm evil. I'm evil. I'm a terrible person. But YouTube is a terrible place. I am an evil soul. I'm a terrible person. I'm such an evil soul. I'm evil. Crook, scammer, liar. I'm Shanann. Drunk. I'm a terrible person. I'm evil. I'm evil. I am an evil soul. I'm evil. I'm Shanann. Drunk. I'm such an evil soul. I hate you. Scammer, liar, drunk, evil soul. Crook. I'm Shanann. So we live in a world where social media is given a new meaning to the most traditional way of things, right? We don't need to watch a movie or a TV show now to tune into what you want to do, or a celebrity. You don't need to struggle to find a platform of an influencer. They're all over the place. There's millions of us. And we all have a view. You don't need to struggle to find a platform of an influencer. They're all over the place. There's millions of us. And we all have a view and an opinion. And we're all entitled, and they're entitled to those opinions, and they're valued by me at least. Everything's a click away. Because you have access to the World Wide Web. And actually, because there's millions of us, you can click off and click on wherever you like. Why is it so special that AD's got to be closed down? There's millions of channels, millions of people to watch. I believe Chris said help. And so do many millions of others. So there's a flip side to the misuse of power and privilege in matters of extreme sensitivity, like murder. I understand that. Social media and the new breed of armchair critics have an opinion. Social media and the new breed of armchair critics have an opinion on everything under the sun. It's an oil field they already used, right? And that was chosen by Chris's team because it was isolated and no one would see what they're doing there. And that leak was set up so that oil field could be used as the burial site. They were going to, in my opinion, they're going to set fire to it and do a massive insurance claim. That's my opinion for another day. But that's my opinion that I was saying in the beginning. I have a right to an opinion on a crime case, and I won't be stopped because somebody doesn't like my opinion. Why aren't people understanding that I'm right? Why aren't other creators picking up what I've been telling you for the last week, saying AD has come up with is proof that Rourke was lying? Why are they not saying that? How is that not mainstream media news? DA caught lying by YouTuber. Why haven't we seen that? Now, because someone wears a suit doesn't mean they say they tell the truth. Because someone wears a suit doesn't mean they say they tell the truth. But they're so far behind me. The other channels are so far behind me. It's embarrassing. And they embarrass themselves by trying to bring me down when I'm the one leading the case.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. You making it hard for me. Yeah.
People in suit and ties, they'd lie. They're not just there encapsulated and proved to you beyond reasonable doubt. As I said, reasonable doubt. I mean, that's not an allegation. It's not an allegation. It's the truth. Just someone has a title, DA, doesn't mean to say to tell the truth. Law enforcement lie. Yeah, attorneys lie. The police lie all the time. People in suit and ties, they'd lie. People in suit and ties, they'd lie. Honestly, they'd lie. Most people lie sometimes in their life. Why is it not seen? I've been, and I don't know how to tell you this, but I've been working on this show since 6 o'clock this morning. Because I have to get every word right. So I can't get called a conspiracy theorist or a liar or a con man or whatever they want to call me this week.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. You making it hard for me. Yeah. We gonna write it on this one. real slow. Just keep on lying. Damn. Peace.
Very close to getting it sorted. There's arrest coming. I'm told next week is the arrest. If I'm wrong, it's not my fault. We're told by people in the police department that there will be an arrest next week, maybe more than one.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. Too much. Lying so much, you know. You making it hard for me.
So you heard it here, folks. There's going to be, according to the police department, the arrests are imminent. Just one of the stupid things that he has said over the 4 years. Well, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. And once again, I thank you all for coming out. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or future day if you're in Australia. Take care, guys. And yeah, finally, we get some spotlight shown on the friggin' scum of YouTube that's been long overdue. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you real soon.